What up YouTube, it's your boy Tango here and welcome back to some more FIFA. Now then, today we're going to be I'm going to be showing you some potential ratings which are my opinion and my opinion only. If you don't share the same opinion as me, don't have a massive rage, just leave them in the comments down below what you think they will be. And we start off with Luis Suarez. So I've given him an 89 rating overall. As you can see, some of these are the acceleration stats and physical stats that I've given him. So I've given him a slight pace upgrade, a strength upgrade, agility and balance upgrade, and also a jumping upgrade. Obviously, he scored that goal against, I can't even remember who it was, I'm pretty sure it was Cardiff, and yeah, he scored that goal, which was a very, very good header. I've also given him only 81 aggression. Now, if I could go back and change that, I think I would. I think I'd probably give him 99 aggression, seeing as what's happened recently with the biting hole situation. Moving on to his skill attributes. Now, I gave him higher finishing than before, and I also gave him a slightly higher dribbling, not massive amounts, higher curve, shot power, long shot, just general shooting stats, just, you know, higher as well, just because I think he deserves it after everything that he's done this season. I think, yeah, he definitely deserves that. And then when we move on into the next bit, you'll see his 4-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves, and all of his personal or player information, as it's called. So none of that's really changed. I kept everything the same, I'm pretty sure. And we move on to the next player, which again is a Liverpool player. So there's going to be 3 Liverpool players, and then we'll move on to the rest of the or everyone else. And the next player is Daniel Sturridge, and he's had an amazing season. So overall, I gave him a slight pace upgrade, agility, and balance upgrade. And then when we go on to his physical attributes, I give him. Not physical attributes, sorry. When we go on to his skill attributes, I gave him higher dribbling, finishing, and long shots. I think that's pretty much about it, you know, for the big upgrade. But yeah, he's had an amazing season with Liverpool, obviously joining up with Suarez that we had just looked at. So I think them two would be a deadly partnership again if them two got upgraded like so. Now then, the final player that I've done from Liverpool, there could have been loads, you know. I think a lot of Liverpool players should be upgraded, but I think one of the big standout performers was Raheem Sterling, and he's been one of the more positive players also in England's World Cup as well. So, you know, I think he definitely deserves an upgrade, and I've given him a rating of 80. You know, it increased his physical stats by a little bit, you know, just a tiny amount, but I've increased his skill attributes, his dribbling, and his finishing it needed massively increasing, because if anybody remembers that goal that he scored against Man City, I'm pretty sure it was, where he waited and then he finished it off. The first goal against Man City, that was an excellent goal, very composed finish, and he's just generally had a few, he's just generally finished shots well, so I think he definitely deserves that. However, his long shots, not massive amounts. I think he's only scored one memorable long shot that I can remember, which was against West Ham. But anyway, we move on to the next team, which is Everton. So I think I've done 2 Everton players, and the first one is Romelu Lukaku, now at Chelsea, and I think Chelsea should really keep him because, he's been a standout performer of the Premier League for the past 2 seasons when they've loaned him out twice. But anyways, I think, he deserves a bit higher strength. I think I've upped his strength and his pace as well. And also, when we move on to his skill attributes, I upped his dribbling, finishing, and I think I upped his long shots as well, because I think that was what he deserved. He had he just had a genuinely good season with Everton, scoring a lot of goals, and to be honest, I think that's one of the reasons why they're in the Europa League this coming up season, and why they were challenging for the Champions League up until the last 3 games as well. And I think when he got injured in that Liverpool game, it was a really big. It was quite hard for Everton to take because they didn't have a standout goal scorer. They had a few players that they had a few players that were there, but they couldn't really rely on. And another Everton player that I upgraded was Ross Barkley. So I gave him an 81 rating from his previous upgraded card, which was a 77 rated. Now then, basically Ross Barkley, in my opinion, is like the next Gerrard or Lampard. You can see it in him already. He's got this very similar style of play as them 2 players. And so personally, I think that, they're just going to Well, I think if anybody can try and buy him, then it will be Chelsea or Liverpool. Obviously, I don't think Liverpool are going to try or will be able to get him because obviously he plays for Everton. But I think Chelsea should put in a bid to replace Frank Lampard when he gets too old, because like I say, he is almost a perfect replacement for them, because it'd be a like for like change. So anyway, we move on from Everton, and we were just talking about Chelsea, and here is our first Chelsea player to be upgraded, which is Eden Hazard. And I think there's no doubt that this guy is going to get upgraded, and in my opinion, I think an 88 rating is pretty fair. He's had a superb season, and he's also played reasonably well as well for what's it called, for, oh my god, Belgium in the World Cup so far. And his acceleration and sprint speed and agility combined is just going to be superb. If this is his stats on FIFA Ultimate Team, it's just going to be such a good card. And I think it's very similar to what his card is now, you know, his upgraded card, that I think possibly maybe a little bit better just with some of the stats that I've given him. But yeah, as you can see, 90 dribbling, 90 ball control, 87 curve, just general stats like that. You know, his shooting, his finesse shots, his finishing, everything will be just perfect about this card. He's also got high-low work rates as well. So when you're playing with him on Ultimate Team, he should always be making the runs with his mental attributes as well. You know, with the attacking positioning, he should always be making runs, which should be very helpful in Ultimate Team. But like I say, he's just had a very good, a generally good season. All of these players have had really good seasons. That's why they're getting upgraded. But he's had obviously everyone knows he's had a standout season, and he's only 21 years of age. He's possibly might be moving to PSG or somewhere away from Chelsea, but I think he'll probably stay, in my opinion. The next player is Gary Cahill. Now, some people may argue with me on this one, but I don't see why, to be honest, because I think Chelsea are known for their defence. They're known for their defence more than their attack, especially in that Liverpool game versus Chelsea when they sat back a lot. And also, he's been a very good player for England's World Cup. I know they conceded a few goals here and there, but he was a very solid defender during that World Cup, and I think without him, we would have lost by so many more goals. And the final Chelsea player is Azpilicueta, and again he's had a standout performance. He's been possibly the best fullback in the Premier League this season, arguably again, of course, but he got that Team of the Season card, and deservedly so. So I think he's going to get an upgrade to about 80 rated. He was just genuinely a solid performer each week, consistent, and didn't make too many mistakes or anything like that. He gave away a penalty, I think, at one point, which I'm not sure whether it was a penalty or not. I can't remember. I think it was against Sunderland or something. I'm really not sure. I'm probably getting my games mixed up. But anyway, we move on from him to it's almost certain he's going to get upgraded, but whether he's going to get upgraded to what I've rated him is yet to be seen. So I've upgraded Adam Lallana to an 84 rated, and my reason being is that Santi Cazorla on this game is 85 rated. And I think Santi Cazorla isn't as good as Lallana, or he wasn't this season. Lallana was so much better than Santi Cazorla, especially trying to carry the Southampton team, because, Southampton are good. The players they've got, the player qualities that they've got in there is good, but it's not anything like Arsenal's for Santi Cazorla. So I think he really carried the team there, and obviously he's been rumoured to join Liverpool, which would be a really good transfer. In fact, I think he was having his medical, and I think I don't know whether it's either been confirmed today or not, but I'm really not sure on that. But 84 rated, 83 or 84, I think is fair for him, especially considering what other players are like in the Premier League. Especially David Silva as well, 87 rated. All of these players, I think, should show that his stats should be a lot higher. Anyway, the final player we have, I think this is the final player, and it's Yaya Toure. And I think we all know about this guy now. If you don't know about this guy, then where have you been for the past season? He was second top goal. Was he second? No, he was third top goal scorer, I think, in the Premier League last season. And for a centre mid, or CDM as it says on there, that's just outstanding. It's just so amazing. And he scored so many free kicks and set pieces, and also just he was just a general beast. And I think if he does get this upgrade, then he's already a beast on this game on FIFA 14, but on FIFA 15. you know, he's going to be even better. 88 rated, and just look at them stats. You know, they really remind me of the legend card Ruud Gullit, with basically all of the stats above 80, apart from like 3 of them or something. You know, it's just crazy. The stats that he has is just absolutely amazing to see. And one of the better goals that I remember that he scored, well, there was one where it curled into the top corner that he didn't even run up to it from, but there was another one where he ran, I think it was against Aston Villa, he just ran from the halfway line and just, well, shoved centre backs off the ball. You know, centre backs that are strong. He outpaced them and then finished it very, very coolly. So I think that's just a general highlight of Yaya Toure. Yeah, in a nutshell, I mean, just 2 goals out of his plenty of goals and assists and passes and everything he did in the past season. But anyway, for the next episode, what I am thinking of doing is a players that haven't performed well, and you know, players that teams have relied on that haven't performed well and should get a downgrade. So if you're interested in me doing that, then drop a like and also leave in the comments down below. You know, a couple of things that you need to leave in the comments down below: your opinions on this and also your opinions on the next episode. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.